Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. We have another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards. Tonight we have a newcomer coming to the city to meet some of the old faces. Give me locations of where your characters are, Tiger, Kim, and Joey.
Let Tiger and Kim start.
Alright.
Hey, for Jason, since he hasn't played in Hong Kong yet, my character is going to be sitting at the bar. She looks to be 14 years old, and she's wearing a crop top and skinny jeans with her hair just black and just down.
Bosco's just standing around. Probably, he's just wandering from downtown. It's about probably one block away, so he's just going shopping or whatever.
And Jonathan would be hanging out in the bar, probably talking with some of the other Fae in the bar.
Well, Bill the barkeep is, of course, behind the bar, wearing his customary outfit of a black suspenders, trip pants, and a collar. The Emerald Mother is kind of a cross between a strip club, a goth bar, a fetish club, and a hole-in-the-wall kind of dive, with a lot of mirrors on the wall, techno EDM playing in the background. There's no DJ on right now, it's just recordings. And a couple people standing at the bar. When you come to the door, the guards will ask you if you're carrying any weapons. If you are, they have to be left outside or left in their care.
Oh, sorry, we're talking to me just then.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Alright. Well, looking at him, you can probably surmise that Mr. Wong Meng-jae doesn't need a weapon. He is a weapon.
Still, there have been other people to make such claims, and we still require that any weapons you're carrying be left here at the door.
Is he? What language is he speaking?
He's speaking Cantonese.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
It's this really big, beefy-looking guy that looks.
By the way, he didn't. When I said, doesn't need a weapon, he is a weapon.
Right.
He didn't. That's not him saying. That's not him speaking. That's just me being an idiot.
Oh, I know, that's what I mean. If he tries to open, like, if he says,
Yeah,
I have no.
that's kind of common. This character does not have common sense. So you don't need to tell me that.
Right. So basically, when you walk to the door, there's this guy that looks kind of Greek, that looks kind of wiry as well, and then there's this big old guy with huge size, blonde hair, blue eyes, Nordic looking, standing at the door, looking at you, and he says, "Any weapons you have need to be checked here."
Yeah, and Wong's probably going to give him a kind of a furrowed eyebrow, because the idea. This sounds like a little bit mighty suspicious in a lot of ways, because who the fuck asks looks at someone and says put your weapons away. It's not like.
Yeah.
So he just kind of like probably will just pay his entry fee or whatever it is, and just
Right. He'll wave you in. Be on your best behavior. This is a sanctuary for all in Hong Kong. Oh, and don't drink the water. Does your character pay attention to any local news?
I can do a streetwise check if you want.
Sure, go ahead.
Intelligence?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, wits streetwise might be better. Oh no, that's fine.
Same dice pool.
Okay, that works. There was a accident or terrorist attack rather, at the at the water treatment plant. The toxin regulators, the water purifiers, and the security systems were all destroyed. Because of that, apparent contagion has been let loose into the water table, or the drinking water and the other water of Hong Kong. If you have natural sources or bottled water, it's recommended do not drink the water. Boil warnings have proven to be ineffective, as even boiling the water does not purify the toxins.
Okay. That's good to know.
As well, there have been random murders done in a terroristic, occult fashion around the city. Can your character sense Dragonlines at all?
They have the ability to if they use life sight, Yang sight, whatever you want to call
Okay.
it.
All right. Just so you're aware, if you do ever start using it around, there will be certain spots in the city where there is an unclean green energy fostering within the Dragonlines themselves.
You might, well, unless we actually counter one of those, you might not want to tell me that until I see it.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, that's fine. So, new guy walks in. Bosco would get a hit from Sirloin saying that the dude's okay to come in. He's got no weapons on. He's been warned this is a sanctuary.
Bosco nod at him and then just stood at the bar, I guess.
So sitting at the bar, there's a incredibly beautiful guy, another incredibly beautiful guy behind the bar, a huge-sized Russian, and a 14-year-old girl.
That is incredibly beautiful.
Yeah. A guy at the bar will look over it as long as he comes in and say, "What can I get you to drink, sir?"
He'll just ask for a scotch.
Irish. No, wait. You want Scotch? I've got Glenlivet, Glen McKenna. I've got Maker's Mark. On the rocks, neat.
Just on the rocks.
What kind would you like?
And he'll just point to one of the bottles randomly. You know.
He'll pour you. We'll say that you point to a Glenlivet, which is kind of a mid-range Scotch. I'll pour you some and set you down with ice. Do you want to start a tab?
Oh, thank you.
That'll be $4.50.
And he'll just give a couple of Hong Kong dollars. And actually, does Hong Kong still use? Actually, no, Hong Kong doesn't use dollars anymore.
I think they use pounds.
Yeah.
So.
No, they haven't. They haven't used pounds since we handed over the keys.
Oh, then they probably still do use Hong Kong dollars because the PLA hasn't officially taken over yet.
Yeah.
This place is a sanctuary. You don't have to worry about anything here, understand?
And Mr. Wong, being quite perfectly balanced compared to some of the members of his, well, for people who've learnt to breathe again, as it were.
What would his reflection be like in the dreaming?
What?
Everybody reflects differently in the dreaming. It's kind of a way of seeing the true self without seeing the true self. Like, you're balanced, so you probably have like a aura of harmony around you, correct?
Harmony's probably a bit of an argument, but it's more probably the best way to describe it is it looks pretty. Hang on, I'm gonna have to look up the description for what balanced is, because I'm pretty sure that means basically looks neither. It doesn't really stand out in any way.
And also for the changelings in the area, what's your banality?
I presume it's no better and no greater than any other equation.
I'm
for that matter.
not sure what. Hey, Tiger, what's Quajan's base banality?
That is going to be pretty close to how it is for or changelings. 'Cause I know in the companion at least it mentions that like the children of Huijin dampers can't be Canaan or anything because the banality in them like takes away any magical properties of Fey.
Okay. So you're not exactly horribly banal, but you're probably kind of close.
Yeah, probably like banality of 7, I guess, maybe, for argument's sake.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, you know, we've had worse in here, so it's not a problem. Oh, and he will say, don't worry about the ice cubes. We use an extractor device to make the ice and water for this place.
Wasn't going to ask.
I just like to set my customers' minds at ease. My name's Bill. If you need anything, the owner of Riker should be around doing something. If you have any requests, any suggestions, please let us know. We're always looking to improve the bar.
Mm-hmm.
We'll look over at Bosco. How's the vodka treating you, boss?
Oh, about the same as usual. Very good.
Good. I've got an order set in for Russia. Just got to get it across the border and we should be set.
Look, it can be difficult to get things in over recent events.
Alright. We'll look over at Jonathan. Do you want anything else to drink, sir?
Jonathan would just shake his head. He's probably writing something down. So, kind of just doodling on a little notepad.
Bill will just chuckle. Well, this is a lively event. I know it's...
Bill, do you want to hear about my adventure yesterday?
What happened?
I met Unicorn.
Really? Was that
Yeah,
fun?
and I like Unicorn.
I don't know too much about the black version of him, but I understand what Unicorn's like. Perhaps you shouldn't talk about it so loudly in here. This is a sanctuary, but there are muggles walking around.
Also, there's a thing that happened. I'm trying to find a way to say this without telling the muggles.
What sort of a thing?
You know what's in the water?
Yeah, I'm aware of what's currently in the water. That's why we're using extractors now.
That sort of thing.
So something involving that.
Yeah. Somebody almost knocked over a building.
What was that, Kim?
Somebody almost knocked over a building.
Right. Almost knocked over a building. I'll look over at Jonathan. You haven't been knocking over any buildings, have you, sir?
Jonathan would just look at him, like give him the side eye and shake his head.
Still upset because you couldn't handle V-Masters yourself?
Never said that. You're inferring a little too much.
My apologies, sir. Maybe you should be better at protecting your own reputation.
Bosco's just gonna look at him like, Bill, really? You're not usually this catty.
Well, what can I say? With everything that's been going on and things that possibly could have been avoided, I'm a little tired of holding my tongue.
That is understandable. But he has Jonathan here has hardly done the worst of anything.
Yes, you're right. There's Quinn and there's Adam to thank for that stuff too.
Jonathan just kind of curls his lip at the mention of Adam. So is he back in the city?
Yes, he is. Phoenix has been quite busy in the city. He was one of the ones responsible for what happened to the water. Unintentionally, of course.
Hmm. Makes sense, considering who we're talking about.
I don't think anybody could have foreseen the conflict.
What was that, Kim? You broke up a bit.
Friends will say, I don't think anybody could have foreseen the consequences of this.
Right. I'm sure. It's all just accidental.
Well, with Adam, you never know.
But I did tell him not to engage the thing. He opted not to listen.
Oh, I think that's what we ran into yesterday. Except it was smaller.
You ran into a smaller thing? And Bill will look over at Wong. Can I refresh in your drink, sir?
No, I'm fine with this. Thank you very much.
Have you met Wan Ping yet?
I don't know of such a person.
You should probably go to the Palace of the Resplendent Crane and introduce yourself to him.
Good to know.
Just a little bit of friendly. He apparently represents your kind.
I don't know what you mean.
You have a certain reflection about you.
Do I?
Yes. Don't worry. As long as you obey the rules, everybody's safe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just me.
No, you're not the first person to have these misgivings. When we were told about
You
the whole...
misinterpret me. I didn't mean to say maybe it's just me, as in maybe I'm an exception or a reason for these rules. I meant to say maybe it's just me, but I've always felt that one cannot progress by always sticking to all the rules so stringently.
Well, the rules in this area are for the protection of all. It's not just about following the rules of your own kind, it's about making sure you play nice with the others.
Mm-hmm.
We have...
That's not the point I was trying to make.
Oh.
The point I was trying to make is, yes, there are rules. The rules are there to exist as a means for us to exist in harmony with each other, and that's perfectly fine. The rules are there to ensure that there is structure, a hierarchy, but sometimes there are rules put in place which keep things static. There is no way to advance, there is no way to grow, there is no way to evolve, no way to understand. Wouldn't you say that those rules are detrimental? Oppressive?
As one of my kind, I would definitely say those rules are detrimental. It's rules like that that have been holding the city under hostage since June. Are you familiar with an agency known as the Technocracy?
No. not to my particularly all that concern. There are other groups out there that hold my concern.
Technocracy is a group of individuals that
I
use
didn't
the.
ask about them.
Well, you need to know.
I'm sure I'll ask someone more. Well, no offense to you, but I'd rather maybe see them with my own eyes or get the opinion of someone who. I walk in here and you start giving all this information out without my asking. You publicly out me. How can I know you're probably thinking it's in your best interest, but really it's insulting almost.
Well, you see, we've had people that have come in here that didn't know what was going on. Actually, someone like you, but not like you, I guess. Thought it would be in his best interest to take on the technocracy head on, and revealed not just himself, but 4 other members of the supernatural population in the city to their eyes.
To their eyes, you say?
Yes. People that would otherwise have been invisible, all of a sudden bright out in the open trying to save him.
Well,
So you can understand why I'm trying to prevent further incidents of that happening.
Well then, if something does happen, I'll be sure not to lead them back here.
That would be appreciated. This place has already been invaded once by those people. It will not happen again. He'll then turn to Bosco and friends. Anyway, you were talking about a thing.
So you know that thing with the 20 things inside of it?
I've heard stories.
Read a thing last night that had 3 things inside of it.
So you interrupted a work in progress?
As Jason says that Tall, Dark, and Spiky said this could have been an accident.
Well, let's keep Tall, Dark, and Spiky out of our club, shall we?
I think you should let the
Wait.
thing come to the top screen. Yep.
You're too far away from the mic, and what'd you say?
I don't think it's enough here. We've said his name plenty of times and we've never helped the right thing.
Right, but he may be paying attention.
He also said something about being a good lad.
Sorry, what, Kim?
He also said something about being a good lad.
I have no clue what that means.
Me either.
For sure.
Here's what Craig.
I missed that. What'd you guys say? You're both too far away from your mics.
Also, just dragged him back to his vibe and asked if he could have whipped cream.
SUV have what?
Whipped cream.
You'll get whatever he wants. I can't hear you.
Okay, that's weird.
Is it? Did it reset?
I think so.
I can hear you guys. It's just that I think you're speaking a little too softly.
Maybe.
No.
She's gonna look over to the new guy. Okay.
Did you guys freeze a little bit, or?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Frank is going to look over at the new guy. You don't seem very friendly.
Oh,
He's new.
She's talking to Wong, right?
Yeah.
Is she speaking in what?
Huh?
English?
What
Is she speaking
what
in
language are you using?
English.
Wong just kind of like looks at you. He's kind of like just kind of a slight double take.
He may not understand your language, sweetie. Bill will look over at him, and in Cantonese he'll say, "She thinks you don't seem very friendly."
Tell her it's just a cultural difference.
He'll look back. It's a cultural difference. Bill will pour himself a glass of something and knock it back. Love being an interpreter.
You just kind of shrug and leave him alone.
Well, I mean, you always could be worse. You'd have to deal with some of them Baylor folks.
Some of the what, Joey? I missed
Some
that.
of, basically, Jonathan said it could be worse. You could have to deal with some of them Baylor folks.
Okay. I have no clue what a Baylor is.
Bill would actually probably know what a Baylor is.
Oh, never mind, yeah.
Yeah, House
Bill-
Baylor. He's trying not to be like in your face about it.
At that point, Bill will actually hiss and say, "Bite your tongue, good sir."
Jonathan will just raise an eyebrow, like at him.
He's House Gwydion, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
So even a Lunid would have better manners than to mention a Baylor around a House Gwydion. Just out of character.
Okay. Well, as I did. Oh well.
What?
He said it.
At this point, Bill's going to pour himself another drink of something and toss it back.
Anything fun happening?
Anything from Bill?
She's asking Bill if anything fun is happening.
Not in a city with a bunch of rampaging, evil, maniacal bitches.
At least
Speaking,
one of them's dead.
yes, unfortunately, the one that was taken out was the minion. I'm guessing none of you have seen the woman in white walking around lately.
Not lately, but she popped up during an attack on a certain spot.
I heard about that. Heard the vampire's car got totaled.
Bosco's referring to something else.
Oh.
The attack on the Sept.
What happened?
She showed up and frightened everybody and then went away again and sent her minions after the area.
Well, apparently she's walking around in her own skin now.
At
least this is what I've been hearing.
Car got totaled?
Yeah, one of them, the goth chick, tried to hit her with a car and the car got totaled.
That is good to know.
Have any of you checked out the CDC?
Yep.
Kind of wondering why the World Health Organization sent in an American organization to handle an outbreak.
Oh, that explains it.
What?
They were at the World Health Organization was there last night with the thing, the tree thing, and um, they were carrying very big guns under their biohazard suits. And there were definitely soldiers and military stuff.
Hmm. So the PLA is lying to the people. Why am I not surprised? I wonder if the World Health Organization. What'd you say?
It's how they stay in power, is it not?
Yes, especially since apparently the PLA is a front for the people I originally mentioned. But it makes me wonder if the World Health Organization has even been informed. The city itself is, as well as the rest of the island, is under a media blackout. Nobody outside of the wall knows what's going on. As far as people know, we're under a quarantine of some kind. Yay for being under somebody's thumb, huh? The PLA show up and all of a sudden all this bad stuff starts happening. They'll then look around and say, I didn't mean to damper anybody's day. Come on. Get all happy. You guys aren't infected by anything bad.
Jonathan kind of looks at him, kind of funky. Like, what do you... And he just kind of chuckles under his breath. Like, under his breath or something. Looking at Bill and then goes back to doodling.
See, that's the spirit.
Chuckles again.
Bill, vodka sundae.
Gotcha.
It's too
So
bad.
he'll actually go and make the vodka sundae using the specially chilled vodka. Set it down in front of you, and plus realm should be spending a glamour. 2 successes. It is now frozen. Anybody want to make a perception awareness roll?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna make a perception awareness roll because fuck yeah. Okay, let me get up my sheet. Sorry.
Anybody else? I don't know what perception awareness would be with Kuei Jin.
They do have awareness.
Okay, just making
But
sure.
I rolled and didn't get anything.
All right,
I made drop because minicam makes me drop, but
no problem.
perception kenning. Thought I had kenning.
I don't know why you wouldn't have kenning. Let me
I
check.
do, yeah.
I'm like,
I was looking under skills, not talents.
I mean, I'm like behind you, who's like baby changeling has kenning, so I don't know why you don't.
Bosco got 3.
Okay. That's 3
Oh,
for.
Jonathan.
Yep.
Okay,
So.
I'm gonna turn minicam off.
Okay.
So,
Do you want to make a gray mare roll to figure out what it was he did?
okay.
Sorry.
Maybe intelligence gray mare.
Yeah.
Okay, yay. Bigger dice pool.
So you know that for those that got 3, Bill did something supernatural involving glamour, and it was done right in front of you.
I got 3 successes. I think I know what he did.
He used Cryos.
Jonathan has laser vision on him now.
He'll set down the glass in front of. He'll set down the sundae in front of Bosco and then look at Jonathan. Yes, sir.
That's rather unusual. that gift you have.
He'll just crack his neck. I've been around for a while. I've learned some things.
He. Did he happen to learn it from his favorite seal?
Yeah, actually he did. But yeah.
Bosco,
Okay.
Jonathan is still watching him, but he kind of goes back to doodling. Sorry, Tiger. Didn't mean to talk over you.
Bosco goes ahead and starts on his vodka sundae.
Yay for things that break the laws of physics. Or the laws of thermodynamics in this case.
Yeah.
Isn't that the thing that shouldn't exist?
Well,
Your point to the Sunday?
well, it is something that clearly should exist because it is delicious.
But the other guy said it wasn't possible according to human laws.
At this point, Bill's just gonna hold to say, ow, 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 ow.
Stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. This should by old rights exist.
Bill starts shaking his head. That hurt.
Oh. Jonathan is watching him a little concernedly.
He's being hit by banality and disbelief. You know what that feels like.
Well, yeah, that's why he's looking at him with concern.
I'm okay. Please understand that it is perfectly logical for that to happen. You're a little wolf after all.
That is true. I'm sorry if I hurt you in any way.
I'll be okay. Just try to remember, in this place, anything can happen. That's the wonder of the world.
She actually wasn't disbelieving. She just always has her heightened senses on when she's
Yeah.
in the room and she heard the demons talking about this thing not existing. So she wanted to learn about it.
Bill will grab his glass, take another shot of something, and if anybody's quick enough to get a look at the bottle, it says Everclear as he puts it back down.
Jonathan is, at this point, gone back to doodling.
Okay.
But every once in a while, he'll look back up at Bill and then look back down and kind of make notes.
You know what, guys? I think we're gonna go ahead and make a character switch to liven things up.
No problem.
Guess who's coming in?
Sephora?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this one, right?
So Friends is gonna go yawn and go upstairs and sleep in her room.
He is still a pup. He probably naps all the time. Oh, I forgot to change the logo. Oh well.
Whatever.
So, you see this girl with brown curly hair. Kind of looks like it just air dried from being wet. Wearing a yellow sundress with a brown tannish bikini underneath. And flip-flops.
She'll be allowed to enter with her staff since it is a potent treasure, and don't want to leave that lying around.
Actually, but like Bosco's rules say, no weapons, period, regardless.
All right,
It would
then
be taken away to where nobody could get to it, but
Then Sirloin would ask for her staff and assure her that it will be handled with great care and placed in a secure location.
Alright, I trust you.
Alright. Sterling will take the staff and very gingerly take it to a back room. Bill will wave at Seth when she comes in. Hey, Seffi.
Hey Bill, been using that new trick yet?
Pardon?
She said, hey Bill, been using that new trick yet?
Yep, I've been making it. He'll point at Bosco. I may use it to make a sundae.
That's appropriate.
What brings you on in? Can I get you some salt water to drink?
Oh, why not? I was just, wandering around. Did you hear about the happenings of last night?
Do I want to know what happened last night?
It was actually kind of fun. Uh, me, Dehi and Dehi, Jason and I bought up a pirate ship from the bottom of the ocean.
There's still muggles walking around. None at the bars, so be careful. But there are some out there enjoying the talents of the local entertainment.
Okay. She'll just pause. Well, after we rented, the ship, we found an island, found a box, and a crazy guy.
There's a crazy guy on an island out there and nobody knew.
Yep. He tied Jason to the front of the ship.
Is Jason okay?
Oh, he's fine. He wouldn't let me cut him down until we got back.
It sounds like Day.
But, the crazy guy is the one that tied, Jason to the front of the ship. Oh yeah, and the police chased the boat.
Wait, police? You guys got the attention of the police last night?
Yeah, it's okay. We left the boat with the crazy guy.
So there's a crazy guy with a boat. Is Jason still tied to it?
No, we let him go as soon as we got back home.
Well, that's good then.
Shame, Jason could use a little discipline sometimes.
Bill will just chuckle at that. Given what he is, I think discipline is kind of a requirement.
Jonathan will just wink at Bill and then look at Spora. Sorry, I actually meant to say hi earlier, but it's nice to meet you, man. That he'll actually incline his head at her.
Yeah.
Like, just very politely. Not like condescending, just how he is.
Okay. Sure.
Seffi here is an old friend that's been around for a bit.
Alrighty. Let's see. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so the boat that the police are looking for is with the crazy old man. And well, Arthur should be pretty well secured right now, in financial wise.
Well, that's good to know. I haven't seen Arthur. I understand he's been busy.
Well, he passed out at my bar last night, so.
Passed out at your bar last night?
Mhm. he wanted to go on our adventure that day he brought up, and he kind of passed out.
Well, that's not good. He passed out, I mean. Guess he works himself too hard.
Yeah, me and Jason talked him into my bed. He got plenty of rest.
Well, he came by here, looked at me for a moment, said I'm good, and then left. So I don't know what that was about.
Me either.
He did the same to me. I believe he was checking to make sure everyone wasn't infected.
So he can see it.
Apparently.
Does he even know what it looks like? I mean,
I cannot imagine he would go around checking people if he didn't know what to look for.
that's true. I don't. Is there even a reason why somebody like this bitch would do something like she did? I don't know. I just want it done. I want this city to be safe again.
I'm going to show you something, Bill.
What?
She gestures over to the room where they put her stuff. You know what my stupid stick looks like. Go look at it.
Alright, he'll walk off to go look at it. He'll come back and he'll say, "What the hell did you? Is it? Why did he mess with it?"
I'm gonna use it to stop the madness, and there's no way to save this person, so I plan on returning the powers once I finish with it.
Well, that's good. It's dangerous. You never know what would happen if it fell into the wrong hands. Not that yours are the wrong hands, I mean, but you know. But I'm glad that you've got something that you can use to protect yourself from this insane bitch. That's the best way to describe her, right?
I believe so.
Not that I'm disparaging women by any means, but she's not exactly a woman, is she?
I don't think so.
Well, if she opens up any more of those things and starts doing more of those things, could be dealing with a necropolis in the city at some point. Just saying. God, I've gotten dismal. I must be going grump.
How old are you again?
He's about 28. So he's actually close. Oh, it just popped something.
Don't remind me. I'm right behind you. She's like 10 years behind him, but she feels like if he keeps mentioning it, she's gonna age faster into a grump.
Don't go prematurely grump now, it's not fun. He's actually going to pour out a bottle of something that's glowing kind of green, and he'll pour himself a glass and down it.
What you got there?
Nothing for you, sweetie. and he'll put it away. You don't want to drink that stuff.
Oh, I need to pull up her sheet.
What'd you say?
I said I forgot to pull up her sheet.
Oh.
Perception change room more?
No. It's if you're trying to sense if it's supernatural or not, it's not. You need like a knowledge chemistry or knowledge alcohol or knowledge pharmacopoeia or knowledge esoteric would probably even work at that point. There's two people that would know what that bottle is, and neither one of them are here. So
Should I say hello to Bosco? I see that Bill's new trick is coming in handy for you.
No. He goes back to eating the thunder.
he'll just chuckle. It's also been helping me with the current water shortage.
That's fair. It's a good thing that the stuff doesn't evaporate into the air.
Yeah. Or else there'd be a lot more people being infected.
Yeah.
You
Still
shouldn't.
people wearing the mask.
You should also be careful not to smell any of what went into the water.
They wouldn't tell me anything anyway, so.
It doesn't matter. If you smell it, there's always a chance you could become infected.
I'm just gonna pull out a little baggie of treats. It's like dried squid and all sorts of little ocean animals. And she'll offer a piece to Bill.
He'll take it and he'll chew it carefully before finishing eating it.
She's just gonna pop a piece in her mouth. I met this. I don't know what he was, but he wasn't regular. But he makes this fantastic beef jerky.
Fantastically what?
He makes this fantastic beef jerky. And
Where'd you
as long
find
as
him?
I don't know. Found him walking on the street one day and said hi to him, and
Well, stuff is pretty good.
yeah. As long as I keep bringing him different types of meat, he'll keep making this for me for free. It's pretty convenient.
That is pretty convenient.
She'll say hello to the guy being grumpy at the bar in Cantonese.
And, Mr. Wong and Jay will just simply smile and nod as it were. He's not being grumpy, he's just being...
Taciturn?
No, it's just that well, in all honesty, and I'm saying this out of character, this is a little bit much for me.
Yeah. I have a bad habit of trying to...
It's an info dump scene.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I have a bad habit of trying to get people up to speed so that when there's a scene going on, they're not wandering around like, well, that's bad. What the hell's going on there? Oh, that's bad. What the hell's going on there? Why is this brown-haired woman eating my soul?
I really don't mind, in all honesty. I really don't mind. I'll learn it myself. It's the best way.
No worries. I'll keep that in mind for the future.
Besides, he's not amongst his own kind anyway, so naturally, you're naturally going to clam up.
Yeah.
And by his own kind, I'm also including his cult.
Yep. That reminds me, need to ask you something in PM real quick. This once I refamiliarize myself with your character sheet, because if I remember correctly, you did take that background. Go ahead and continue with the discussions and the talkings. Right. Okay.
Status report.
Uh,
She'll look over to, I don't think she's met your character yet.
Jonathan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe they've met.
Jason, incoming PM.
She'll look over to him. May I ask who you are?
My name is Jonathan. Of the... God, what are they? Out of character, I'm having a brain fart. Changelings are House of... God. No, it's not Pentacles.
House
Cups.
of Cups.
He goes, I am Jonathan of the House of Cups. It is a pleasure to meet you.
You as well. I am Sephora.
He'll plant his head again. It's rather unusual to see one of the water folk amongst us land dwellers.
Effie's been a good friend of mine for a while. She actually owns a bar near the water.
Interesting. Yeah, I did put his description in the chat, Kim. That way I don't have to sit there, and you can kind of have a mental image of what he looks like. He's not that mean.
Sir Jonathan here is a knight of the court.
Yes. Need to speak with the Duchess next time she holds court. By the way, has anyone heard if we have a new meeting for the full court yet? We have a new meeting place. I heard vague rumors there was a new meeting place, but
Yeah, apparently one of the House of Staves has taken into her own to take a place and turn it into a museum to serve as the meeting council hall for the Tarot Court.
interesting.
Tiger, you having problems?
We're good now. Sorry about that.
As Sephora was saying, I like to check up on my friend here, and so far only 2 people other than Changelings has earned my trust to be in my bar.
Then why is that?
Interesting.
What?
Are we still cutting out?
No, you're still good. But yeah, he'll say, yeah, one of the vampires, one of the House of Staves chose to take a place, make it into a museum, and make it as a meeting place for the full Tarot Council, as well as the speakers and any representatives.
Do you have the address for this place, by any chance?
It's a few blocks away in North Kowloon. He'll write down the address and pass it over. Recommend that you have a chat with one of the seated members of the Accord that have already been there. Arthur, Jason, someone like that. From what I understand, it's warded against all things, including the powers and master of the bitch that's running around the city.
All right.
Something that's been kind of lacking. Now, if we can just find a ward against armor-plated Myrmidian suits, that'd be even better.
I always liked your museums.
Oh, it's empty right now. But I'm sure we'll have more stuff put in there soon, or at least she will. I'm a little unnerved by having it be a member of the House of Staves that's in charge of operating the place. But Adriana seems trustworthy enough.
Doesn't look like we have many other options right now.
That's true. Especially if she is able to deliver on that promise. Let's see. So, calm, drinking, the music kind of soothes down a little bit. People seem to be going home. Bill's just like, for a place that never closes, it seems like we close a lot.
I didn't think you'd be quite one to complain about that. Seems like it would be a good thing.
Yeah, but with all the badness going on, it helps to keep people alive by being in a communal place where there's perfectly protected. At that point, Bill's going to be like, well, I guess I should probably close up. You don't have to go home. You can stay here, but there's no more drinks for the night.
Understandable.
So he'll start wiping down, cleaning glasses. DJ's music will stop. Sirloin will message Bosco, there's somebody at the door who wants to speak to somebody in charge.
Bosco will get up from his vodka sundae and walk towards the door.
Standing at the door is a man wearing an official-looking business suit with a pad and a pen and a pad of paper.
Good evening, can I help you?
Are you the proprietor of this establishment?
Niet, but I'm head of security.
Very well. We want to make sure that you're following water rationing and water safety guidelines. Understand with a establishment, and he says that with a grimace, such as this, you can understand our concerns as to water draw given their current issues with the water treatment facility.
The water here is clean.
We understand that. We'd like to know exactly what you're using to purify your water.
The general water purifier. It was upgraded by a friend of ours who's very techy. Duh.
He'll start writing this down. I see. And have you opened up this place to the local community as places to require water rationing without charge?
I'm sorry, what was that? Out of character?
Have you opened up this place for the local populace to acquire water rations without charge?
I would have to speak with the proprietor on that one. I would imagine so, but I do not want to say something and it turn out to be false.
Right. Well, best to find that out. Currently, it is a violation of the edicts handed down by the government to provide free water without having it being governmentally run.
No, makes sense. I'll find that out as soon as possible. I'm not sure where the proprietor is right now, but...
Very well. Finally, if this should become a public refugee site, would your proprietor be comfortable with having a World Health Organization contingent ensconced here to ensure that no infected people come in?
I'm not going to speak for him, so I cannot tell you yes or no yet.
Very well. He'll give you a card. It says, Dr. Michael Johannesburg, World Health Organization.
I will have him give you a call when I see him.
One more thing. Have you had any people, currently have issues or with digestion, with apparent disease, and have you had any members of your employee staff go missing?
Not that I have noticed. Why do you ask that?
We're trying to take a consensus. There are some people that have not reported their loved ones missing for fear of themselves being made a target. We're trying to gain an accurate estimate of how many people could be infected.
No, understandable. But no, I've not noticed anyone going missing from the bar or anything.
Well, if you do notice anybody, you know where to contact us. Have a good day, Mr.
Christoph.
Christoph. And your head of security.
Da.
Write that down as well. Thank you, Mr. Christoph, and please give my best to Mr. Lynch. I believe he is the proprietor of this establishment.
Da.
Thank you. And he'll write down something else and head back to his car. It's a black Ford Crown Victoria.
Fosco's gonna walk up to Riker's office, leave a note on the door that says, "Hey, Technocracy was here and they want you to call him," and then leave the card pinned to the door.
Okay.
When you walk back, the force gonna say, those guys look banal as fuck.
So, Technocracy.
Why was the Technocracy here?
Making sure we were following edicts, that our water was clean, seeing if anyone got missing.
Oh, they saw the line of people walking out the door. Maybe they're just not counting hard enough. As if we didn't have problems before with Technocracy having their eye on us. Now they have a whole other eye on us for a different reason.
Duh. I do not think they will start things right now against us that are bigger problems, but it is good to be wary.
Yes, you're probably right. Well, I've got to go check on the water evaporator, make sure it's not rusting out or short circuiting. You never know when it comes to technology. It makes me uncomfortable even having it here in the club. And he'll head back from the bar and head towards where the you're kind of with the music off. You're kind of a shuga 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 shuga, like a pump of some kind working. And he'll walk into the back. So at this point, Sirloin and the other guy, the skinny Greek guy, is going to walk in and start putting chairs up. The people that are walking around almost completely naked, like wearing just the tiniest clothes imaginable, are now getting dressed and putting on actual clothing as they get the bar reset for the next day. And Will just told me he was going to try to come into the scene, but he's got to call his mom. So, Jason, what you and I talked about, we'll hang on to the hangout afterwards and talk with Will as soon as he gets here.
Fair enough.
All right. So I'm going to go and call the scene. Unless anybody needs to do anything else, just let me know. People need to talk to Jonathan, or people need to talk to my PCs or my NPCs. Anybody need to make any calls?
Nope, not that I know of.
Okay. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards. Stay safe and don't drink the water.